As we're getting into our ZVT and spawning in the top right-hand corner of our Guyane, we have our South Korean Terran player, the blue Terran representing Cloud9. It is GuMiho. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the red Zerg representing Gaimin Gladiators. It is SHIN. And if you're in the chats, predictions should now be open. We will conclude this series, but again, I don't want to step on Wardi's toes, especially considering that, I mean, this is his tournament, so ideally we do want to spread out and cover other matches. So after this series, we'll try to find and try to jump into maybe creators matches, or classic, or Beyond, or Dark. We'll find a nice series for us. We'll find a nice series. It'll be good. Is all good. For now, it is going to be a hatch gas pool opener, standard opener out of SHIN. Meanwhile, GuMiho going for a double Rax himself. Here we go. It's going to be 2-Rax Reaper here out of GuMiho. Sorry, I think I said the wrong names. So SHIN going hatch gas pool, GuMiho going 2-Rax Reaper, at least initially. And we'll see where this takes us. We'll see where we are headed. The idea here for GuMiho is to be aggressive early on, to deny and delay the third base for as long as possible, and get into a 2-1-1 variation as the Reapers are on the way. Now, SHIN is very much so an aggressive player and often does respond with all-ins against 2-Rax Reaper. I'm curious if SHIN will do that here in this series as well. We have seen him all-in Beyond many a time and be quite successful, which is also why Beyond has stopped 2-Rax Reapering SHIN. Just straight up, just doesn't do it anymore. Beyond has learned his lesson. Here we go. They pronounce it Gaming Gladiators in the Dota broadcast, like gaming without the. Yeah, I heard that. I think Yaku was theorizing that. That's so weird. These Dota commentators. Shaking my head. I'll try and get used to it. For now, Reaper dips in. Up. Oh. Does almost get a drone, force the Spore Crawler. Oh, does he get the? He got the drone. Oh my god, GuMiho, calm down. Did snipe the drone just as the Spore was cancelled. Did get a snipe off. So a very nice start here from GuMiho. Gets a drone. As we mentioned, again, there is no third base. There is no expansion, as SHIN is contained and denied the third. Behind this, GuMiho following up with the third Rex. Ooh, very aggressive follow up out of GuMiho. Link speed is almost done. Lings are amassing for SHIN. SHIN will soon break out. And again, will he be able to get the surround off? Is still running behind this though. Been taking a lot of hits. Third base is attempted. Link speed finishing up in 3 seconds. The drone! Another drone is gonna fall. Yeah, another big pickup here for GuMiho. Reapers will get away. Third base now being taken. Behind this, it is that 3-Rax follow-up into, I imagine, a 4th Rax as well, into borderline 2-base all-in. Okay. 3-Rax into a factory. But this is going to be very aggressive, very fire-heavy. It's a big delay on the third CC. Very committed. Very committed from GuMiho. Reapers trying to find a way in. SHIN keeping up. Has the Reapers contained. They're trapped, Bobby. They're trapped. GuMiho, he has to try to make a break for it. Oh, but the Lings are in position. KDA charge gets her. Oh, the Jukes! Oh my god! GuMiho, he slips away. The Reapers, they're quick boys. I say that, but they will get surrounded. 2 Reapers will be going down, and the other 2 will barely escape. So GuMiho just trading as efficiently as possible with those Reapers. Meanwhile, across the map, Stim is almost done. Marines are amassing. SHIN still just droning up, trying to establish that third. Looking to establish a whole third base. You gotta shout black hole occasionally to be a Dota commentator. Oh no. I've had this conversation before. I think I was having like a conversation with like a... No, yeah, it was the Dota commentator. I was like, mate, what do? Do you just like yell Asu like randomly? And like, yeah, it's pretty much, yeah. You gotta yell first blood, Asu, And then that's it. You're good. Good to go. Team kill? I don't know what they say. I don't know. Same thing. Oh god. Unfortunately, I've not played Dota in years. I think the last time I played Dota was like 2013. It's been a long time. Jeez, that's over 10 years ago. My god. Not like this. As we spoke earlier, typically when SHIN goes up against 2x Reaper, we do often see all-in responses, and what do we see? We see a lack of saturation. 46 drones all SHIN has. Roach Warren is done. Roaches are amassing Lings as well, and SHIN is going for the surround. But Stim is done. Stim is done. SHIN trying to lock this down, but alas, solid stepping here out of GuMiho. GuMiho shuts down the Lings. Roaches do get some hits off though. Forcing back GuMiho. And nice one, Chi-Chi. Oh no. It's all the same. So, as we do see once again, yeah, GuMiho snowballing out of control. He just shuts down every single roach to Lings as well without banelings, without any support. GG gets called. GuMiho, he breaks through and will take game number 1. GG. SHIN, I don't think he was quite expecting how committed GuMiho was going to be. It looks like SHIN was waiting for a 2-on-1. As we saw, it was a 3-1-1 setup from GuMiho, so that many more Marines, that much more committed, and GuMiho was just able to have his way with the Ling Roach. Again, just outscaling SHIN, overwhelming, and takes the first game. GG. GG, well played. GG, well played. And with that, GuMiho does take a lead, and now we're getting into game number 2. We'll see how we settle in. We'll see if we can get an ace match, and if SHIN can bounce back. I want to believe. I want to believe he can. Time to come back and let Ash and me... Nah, I'm good. The one moment that I did get into for a while during the alpha was... Here's the Storm. Here's the Storm was a lot of fun. Like, playing a bunch of pre-mades with, like, a team of 5, and... you know, playing Zerg units or the SC2 heroes. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Reached legend for whatever that is with the number 1 rank thingy back in the alpha. Didn't play much more than that though. Well, I guess alpha/beta. But here we go. We're getting into the next game. We're getting into game number 2, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Post-Youth, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran representing Cloud9, leading the series 1-0. It is GuMiho. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Red Zerg player representing Gaiman Gladiators. Gaiman Gladiators? The Gladiators. It is SHIN. Let's go. Remember, I stopped playing heroes around the time they introduced... I stopped playing heroes before Probius came in. I think around the same time that the Lost Vikings were released. Whenever that was. I think around then. I think that's around the time I stopped. Whenever that was, like 2014, Well, now though, we're settling in. It's going to be a hatch pool opener this time out of SHIN. Interesting. Hatch pool. And this time GuMiho just going for a Rax expand. No crazy 2x Reaper, no aggressive start here. I mean, GuMiho already has a lead. It's just going to settle into a more standard opener for the time being. It's SHIN going for a bit of a safer. Oh, I said safer, going gasless even. Let's go. No gas being taken. It is going to be a hatch pool hatch opener. Let's go. Or was it pool hatch? No, it was hatch pool. Yeah. So we do have a gasless build here by SHIN. Very greedy, very economic. It's a way to skip Ling speed and to get into Roach production in the mid game. And we'll see if SHIN can get away with it. We'll see if GuMiho can punish him. Now, the downside, of course, for this kind of build, this kind of opener, is that you don't have speed Lings to defend. What does that mean? That means that Hellion dives and Hellion aggression can punish you quite hard. But because of the way that Post Youth is constructed, because the main base is protected by a very narrow ramp, it doesn't take much to actually wall up, wall off, and protect yourself from Hellion run-bys. So that is why these gaseous builds are seen on maps like Post Youth, on maps like Golden Aura, a lot more frequently. And Amphion as well. That's the other one. So these are maps where you can cut corners and be greedy in such a way. Behind this, GuMiho going 3cc. Third CC behind this. Into his own starport. So just a standard economic opener here out of GuMiho. Reapers do dip in. They go for the main base mineral line. Ooh, he did go up to 2 Reapers. And will almost get a drone. Almost, but not quite. Yeah, Queens, they stutter in. They shut down one of those Reapers. The other will get a full scouts. And GuMiho confirms lack of gases. Doesn't get much else, though. He will get away. We'll get out. We'll get away. Didn't realize that a probe hero. Yeah, you could cannon rush in heroes. That's what killed the game, Kappa. A probe hero. That was after my time, though. Oh, good. GuMiho almost gets the drone. He's gonna be shut down. Behind this, there's that roach horn again. As we did mention, with a gaseous opener, usually leads into roaches, as link speed is just skipped entirely. We might embrace link speed later on in a longer game state as we get into Link Bane Roach Ravager. For now, though, just Roach Ravager. GuMiho building up. Get into his Banshee production. Hellions have arrived. They attempt a dive. And the third base is not really saturated too much, so not many drones to kill. Does get one. Just the one worker. Heads towards the main. But the slow links are ready for this. And SHIN does defend. We mentioned, even with slow links, like, this is how defendable this position is. How fortifiable. And GuMiho still doesn't get much done. He needs to, though, and will actually, some of these drones will line up. Okay, this is the damage we were hoping for. 4 drones go down for 1 Hellion. A much better trade this time for GuMiho. Meanwhile, across the map, Overlord scouts, Overlord confirms, Cloak Banshee. Spores are being thrown down as we speak. SHIN getting ready for the Cloak Banshees. Behind this, third base getting up and running. And we're just calming things down and settling in. I never got into League. I mean, kinda did, kinda. League was one of those things that you would do, like, in the city. Like, in between classes at uni. You'd go to the PC cafes, you go to the PC bugs. You hear random swearing everywhere. Oh my god, it's a drones day line. Oh my god! The barbecue, the Korean barbecue. 15 workers go down. And we mentioned that you are vulnerable to these Hellion run-bys. GuMiho, he committed to the dive, and he gets 21 drone kills in total. SHIN is in trouble. SHIN is in trouble. That is some critical damage. Bearing in mind, the Hellions, they get outscaled as the game goes on. Hellions, they don't really have much of a purpose. Not anymore. It's all about the Marines and the tanks. So a very valuable trade here for GuMiho. Oh, and SHIN has to resaturate. Now behind in workers and getting into Spire tech. Bold move. I mean, so far unscattered. The Spire is unscattered. This can blindside GuMiho. I say it can because here come the Banshees. And if the Banshees, they make their way into the main, then it is very likely they will come across that Spire. For now, though, going for the gases. They will demise some gas mining here. 5, 6 drones going down, and both Banshees survive. Oh my god. On 5 HP. One more shot. Banshees do make it out. There is still no scout, so SHIN can still get some damage done with this. Back at home, what do we have to defend? We have Marines, we have Stim, of course, but no turrets. Turrets are not ready, not yet. No reason to throw them down. As Mutas are actually amassing. Okay, SHIN. Okay, there we go. I was waiting for the moment, but SHIN, he does pull the trigger. It is going to be 9 Mutas. They do find the Banshee. Banshee does fall, but GuMiho is now fully aware of what's going on. He is rotating, repositioning. Can he catch the Mutas? Oh no! The Sim! Oh my god, he gets 1, he gets 2, he gets 3! He gets far too much. Oh, the Mutas, they get completely shut down. Not like this. Oh my god. The Mutas. 4 Mutas left. That was 5 Mutas falling. There were 9 in total. Now we're down to 4. Turrets are done. Oh, another Muta falls. Down to 3. And this has not been worth it. This has not been worth it here for SHIN. I mean, the mineral line got roasted. The mineral line is still not yet fully saturated, as he had to, of course, prioritize the gold minerals instead to catch up. Now 6 Mutas falling. And now here comes the move out. Here it comes. That's potentially the killing blow. I want to believe that SHIN can hold, but has so little to work with. Has to rely on these piles. We'll buy some time. Piles don't quite connect. GuMiho, he threads the needle. Simming on forward. Threatening the bases. Tanks gaining ground behind this. The creep is receding. And SHIN is up against the wall. Trying desperately to hold on. If he can get on top of those tanks, if you get close enough to buy them down, that's a big if though. It's GuMiho taking it slow, clearing up more creep, making sure he does not get surrounded, or at least he avoids that as best he can. Meanwhile, here comes the flank. The army does come in, massive tank volleys going off. Oh, and SHIN doesn't have enough. He just does not have enough. The Roach Ravager is crumbling before the line of tanks. Some of the piles will connect, but GuMiho is snowballing out of control. He sims on forward, gets onto the Ravagers, breaks on through on top of the gold base as well. And SHIN, he just doesn't really have much left to work with. It was just such a brutal start, losing a mineral line across the map. There's an attempted Muta harass. Only 1 Muta left. The Mutas were shut down, the mineral line as well. It's gonna be 12 workers falling. It looks like a SHIN will barely force back the army though. He's surviving. But is he really living? No. SHIN does barely hold, but GG gets called. Yeah, the writing was on the wall, and GuMiho will take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations to GuMiho as it'll take the series 2-0. Very dominant performance here out of GuMiho, both in Game 1 and in Game 2. Game 1, SHIN misreading the game state. Remember, SHIN most likely did assume it was a 2-1-1. It was caught with his pants down. And here in Game number 2, SHIN going for a gaseous opener, which is greedy. It is greedy. It is risky. He took that risk and he was punished for it. GuMiho, he roasted up that mineral line real quick and did punish SHIN for his build of choice. The Mutas were a bit of a Hail Mary play. As we saw, the Mutas... we don't have to talk about the Mutas. It's fine, Papi, it's fine. Congratulations, GuMiho will advance on into the semifinals, where he's waiting for the winner of Dark and Rex.